What's up, YouTube? So, as you can probably see from the title, the Dolphins have signed DeVonte Dedmon, who is a wide receiver kick return specialist from the CFL. I'm going to be talking about him, but I'm also going to kind of touch on some of these other reserve future contracts that we picked up. I did see these when it happened, but if you're not aware, I had COVID, and I'm still kind of getting over it a little bit. And honestly, I just couldn't stop coughing long enough to record this type of video. I just couldn't do it. So that's why I'm kind of doing it now. I figured this would be a good opportunity since I'm already talking about DeVonte, so I figured I might as well talk about all of them. Now, some of these guys are people who were with us last year, like Dokes, the running back we drafted in the 7th round last year. He's a power back, runs a little high, has some fumble issues, but I'm not surprised to see him. If you're not familiar with what a reserve future contract is, I'll kind of explain it for you. Basically, what that means is that, so typically during the regular season, you have a 53-man roster, right? I think most football fans are probably familiar with that. You're only allowed to run with 53 players, and there's a certain salary cap. But in training camp, you're allowed 90 players. And between training camp and the last game of preseason ending, you have to cut all the way down to 53. What a reserve future contract means is that they will not eat up cap space, and they will not count as a roster spot for the entire offseason until training camp starts, where they will then become one of those 90 players. So a lot of these guys are probably just going to be camp bodies. I think Dokes has maybe potential to get on the active roster this year. We'll see what our running back room looks like. But Cody Core, he's a wide receiver, been in the league for a while, about 5-6 years. Hasn't really had a whole lot of playing time. Has had a Achilles tear, I think either last year or the year before. Not really expecting much from him. Javaris Davis has been on this team a couple times last year with some of the injuries we had at corner. Adam Pankey is also a guy that came in and out of the active roster, so no real surprises there. Decent camp bodies. Keon Smith is also a guy that kind of floated around our practice squad. Not really a big fan of him. He has the size you want. He's 6'6", and about 315 pounds. But he just doesn't play as strong as his size would imply. And his hands and feet aren't really that impressive. So there's that. DeVonte Dedmon out of these guys is probably my favorite. I'll get to him in a moment. But Quincy Wilson, he is a corner, like 6'1", about 215 pounds. He is definitely a more physical corner. Has the athleticism you would like, and he's a very competitive player. I do like him. He's an interesting prospect for development, but he definitely has a lot of technique problems that he has to work on. And with people like Nick Needham and Justin Coleman, we don't really know their futures contract-wise. It makes sense to bring this guy in as a possible camp body who might be a guy that might play some nickel for us, depending on how things go. Same kind of thing with D'Angelo Ross as well. He is a defensive back that played with the Patriots a little bit, so he might just be a camp body. Who knows? But he's just another guy to maybe fill those roles. But DeVonte Dedmon, like I said, I think he actually has some real potential to actually play in the regular season for us. Like I said, he technically is a receiver, but he's mostly a return specialist. And I have talked about before that I did want a return specialist on this team. And he is very quick, very fast, and I think he really fills that role for us well. Because last year, I really didn't like the fact that we had Javon Holland and Jalen Waddle returning kicks and punts as much as we did. Not that they're not good at it. They definitely are very good at that type of thing. I just don't like the injury risk and putting extra load on two people who are so essential for the way our team moves. I just don't like that. Like, now, if you want to put Jalen Waddle at punt return in like clutch situations in like the fourth quarter, you're trying to, get every advantage you can. I can understand that. Kind of like the Steelers used to do with Antonio Brown. But the vast majority of just regular kick and punt return, I'd rather have a designated kick and punt return guy, and maybe DeVonte Dedmon can be that guy for us. I was kind of thinking we might spend like a later draft pick for him, but if this guy impresses us enough, then maybe we can just roll with him. So let's hope. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts real quick because I really couldn't talk about any of this because, like I said, I just could not record this video. I tried multiple times last week. I just couldn't do it. I'm honestly still being affected if my voice sounds weird. That's why I'm still little bit lost for breath a little bit. I do also have asthma, so it's kind of a bad combo for COVID. But, yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. Have any questions or comments in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.